Okay, so this is the inscribed pentagon. So what's told to us is that we have a 1-inch distance from the center point, point O, to all 5 points of the pentagon. So knowing that, that 1 inch, that's a radius, not a diameter. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to start by drawing a 1-inch radius or 2-inch diameter circle for your construction. Next step is we're going to create a horizontal diameter line. Make sure it goes through the center point. And then you're going to create a vertical radius line from point O straight up. So this should be perpendicular right there. Alright, the next step is I'm going to take that compass and we're going to bisect the right half of this diameter line. So just to kind of help us out, I'm going to label some points so that it makes it easier to understand. So I'm going to say that that's point A, I'm going to say that that's point B, and I'm going to say that this vertical point there is C. Okay. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm going to bisect segment OB. So if you remember, bisecting is very simple. Take the pin of the compass at one of the endpoints, any size as long as it's more than half visually, and I'm going to make an arc above and below. I'm going to do the same thing from the opposite endpoint of the segment that we're bisecting, and there's my crisscrosses, so from there I can connect the dots and I have my bisector. So there's the bisector of segment OB. So from this point, what I want to do is I want to take the pin of the compass at point D, which is going to be that new intersection point, and the pin's going to go there, and adjust the lead so that it touches up top where point C is. So pin at D, which is that bisector, and lead up there at C, and then what you're going to do is you're going to swoop down until it crosses over the other half of the line. So it looks like that. So that new point that we have, if we're following along, that would be point E. And now you're going to take the compass, put the pin up top at C. Now this should require a slight readjustment, not much, but just a little bit. Adjust it so that that lead touches at point E. Once you have it there, swoop that out until it crosses the edge of the circle. Now if you want to label that, that would be our point F, but really that's the second of our pentagon points. So the top point there at point C, that's the first, F is the second. So now the important thing is that you don't change the size of the compass, and we're going to take the pin, set it there at point F, and go ahead and make a mark to cross the circle. You can do the same thing in the other direction, and you will now have your 5 points, and they should be equally spaced between, so that when we go to connect the dots, we should wind up with our perfect pentagon. Now for this, if everything worked out correctly, that bottom segment should be perfectly horizontal. So from here to here, we should have a perfect horizontal line. And then for the others, you just take a triangle, and it's not going to be a 60 or a 30, because 360 divided by 5 does not equal those. So we're just going to line them up with our 2 points and connect the dots. Same thing over here. Point F. Oops, missed it. Darn it, look at that. So this point right there. And we'll clean that up a little bit. Every now and then we goof. It's fine, just take the eraser, clean it up, and fix what we gotta fix. Let's try that again. There we go. There's our pentagon. A little bump. Okay, and there's our regular pentagon.